kind of physical flight I'm talking about. And so what happens is when you do not try, but just get into the mind of a child and pretend, what happens is you get into that childhood pretending area that you forget that you're trying to do a particular thing. And when you get into it in such joy, such just, I'm almost 60, and it is kind of fun to go out there and jump on the trampoline, which I bought to teach. And a little difficult, you're older and you're fat and it wobbles up, you go up and it's down, and you go down and it's up, and you get used to it after a while, but, kids don't seem to have that problem. But nevertheless, as an adult, it's a little disconcerting for a bit, let alone jumping up on the trampoline and not landing on your feet, but deliberately jumping up and crashing, spread out belly down. And but the kids, they're very venturesome. Nothing could ever happen to a kid. They don't even think of anything happening to them. They just live for the moment. And basically that's what you do. You live for the moment. You be a child again. And forget entirely about why you're out there jumping up and down. Go from, wow, this is cool. At first you go, and then after a while you get used to it. And then you experiment and you come down maybe on your knees so you don't hurt everything, your nose, your belly and everything. But you work up the confidence to be that child that nothing ever occurs to kids. We're indestructible. And then you become that kid. And bang, up you go, bang, down on your belly, bang, up you go, bang, down on your belly. Kind of, just spread out. And enjoy the fun of falling without fear. And jumping up without fear. And just having a ball and remembering what it's like to be that little kid that didn't have fear. Forgetting entirely why you're doing it. And then start as we did. It's an audible thing. The saying is audible. Hey, this is cool. Man, look at this. I can fly. Wow. Jump, 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 jump. And get into that. And it is cool. You can get on these bigger trampolines and you can put yourself quite high. And it's thrilling. And you can lose yourself in it. But go from I can fly to simply you're feeling that you can fly because you're already up there and you're coming down, but wow, and look, I'm flying, and that's when you stay. And then that's when you realize that you are up there. It might only last 1 second, but believe me, you know it, and any who are watching will know it. And then bam, because of the shock of it. Well, you're one ahead of me when I was learning. You know what you're going out there to pretend to do. I wasn't given that knowledge. So, crashed, on your way. You stayed a second, maybe a bit longer, but it would take one heck of a person to stay longer than 2.5. 5 or 3 seconds. That first time, I don't know of anybody that can do it, but I'm sure that there's someone that could. But then you'll come. That's when it gets hard. Because you know you've done it. That's when you want to get up there and do it again. Try. Becomes much harder to overcome the second time. You got to forget it. You pretend like you never did fly just a few moments ago or minutes ago. You've got to enter into the same mindset. But, you're more frantic, you're more concentrated on doing what you did just a few minutes ago or whatnot. You are up there trying. And this is nothing that can be done of i.e. or shouldn't be done of self. So you aren't going to have bit of luck the second time at all unless you get right back to the same mindset you were the first time. But now you're expecting it. You are really expecting it because you've experienced it. So when you do break through, mentally forget again, mentally get up there, mentally stop or physically stop, you can stay up a little longer, 2-3 seconds versus 1 second. And then boom, down you get. But now you're kind of getting used to the fact that, hey, this is no fluke, I've done it. So number 3, try again. You've got to again get back into that mindset. But it's a little easier on number 3. And try again. You might want to put it off for the next day or later on in the afternoon or whatever. You can go at it if you want to. Maybe right off the bat, if you really can get into that mindset and know that you can right off the bat, then go for it. This is all in your own time. But number 3, man, it's no trouble to stay up there those 2-3 seconds, 4 seconds. And that's when you break the rules of can'ts. The third time breaks the rule. And so the next time is easier. The next time is easier. Until finally you're up there for many seconds. And then when you learn that you can just sit up there and levitate, hover, without going up or down, forward or backwards, you can mentally make yourself stand upright, do somersaults, whatever but do it slowly. Don't get up, do a somersault slowly. Don't get cocky at self again. But you can, if you say you're up there for 4 seconds, and you know that you can stay there longer, you know it. You've already learned to go from 1 to eventually 4 seconds, and you know it works. Then I would highly recommend that you simply command your body to slowly rotate. So your head is where your feet were, right there in levitation. So you're learning how to direct yourself. And then come on down, crash. If you have to do it through a crash. Otherwise, you can do it very softly. But keep that safety net of the trampoline or big stuffy mattress or whatever it is you're jumping on is not hard and allows springiness because of the falling. You don't want to try this as you're learning out there on a pavement. You won't want to try this second time. But anyway, so just learn very slowly how to control your directions. And as you get up there more and more and more, practice your directions. Do you want to sit, stand? Do you want to go like Superman and fly? Do you want to go higher? Do you want to go lower and just skim the earth without touching it? Do you want to go right, left? Do you want to roll over? Do you want to go on your side, left side or right side? And you are totally in control of your own flight situation. But what you must do is be aware that there's things around you that you can easily hit. Power lines if you go too high. Tree branches if you got your eyes shut and you're going forward. Bang, and down you come. But so be aware that there are obstacles about you, and you've got to be wise about it. Now, in time, you will be able to keep your eyes open, everything alert, like walking around with a telephone, a cell phone, for instance, in your hand. You're doing 2 things. You're trying to keep from hitting pedestrians if you're walking, or another car if you're driving, and you're communicating with somebody else. You're doing 2 things at once. And you learn this in flight as well. All right, so just know it takes time to go from nothing onto a tricycle, onto a bicycle with training wheels, onto a bicycle without training wheels, onto a bicycle that is so good, so fast, so expensive, that good street bike, that in time, through practice,